The success or failure of a system is hinged in the design and correct implementation of the said design. Successful systems are usually those with clearly laid down policies. A clear policy thrust is the first step to meaningful development.
What is our policy thrust? Policy thrust yedu. I would summarize it into 3 points. Levels, not labels. Hatidi vanhu vanoda kunzi madokta vasiri madokta. Hatidi vanhu vanoda kunzi maengineer vasiri maengineer. We don't want labels in this country. Kana ndakuti professor ningi, iwo pasina chono producer label iyo ini basari. We want to go for levels. If you live up to your level, we don't have problems with your level. I've always said to people, we have the pleasure to study for degrees, but we don't study degrees for pleasure. We study in order to modernize and industrialize this country, lest we forget. Never forget why you started a certain process. We started the process of Education 5.0 to modernize and industrialize this country, to meet the requirement of the production of goods and services, to meet the requirement of having this country move to 2030 as an upper middle income economy, as an economy that is producing based on its heritage, an economy that does not buy development, but that develops from its own self. The next thing that we have said, so I think I've explained what we call levels and labels. People in this country have been obsessed with labels. Dr. Ningi, Dr. Ningi, Dr. Ningi, chabuda apana. Tirikuda madokta anotaridza kuti pane chiripo. Tirikuda degree rakati. Actually, I've got 7 degrees. Unomadi pasina chabuda. That's the basic question that we are asking. Levels, not labels. The next policy thrust is analysis and creation. Usango analyzer so that you say zvakaoma skanda. Kunzima forward. Zvakaoma command. No, you analyze in order to come up with a solution. So we say from analysis to creation. That is our policy thrust as well. Another policy thrust is innovation and industrialization. We can't have education for feeling good, but we want to make people feel good based on the goods and services that are produced from our education system. We have redesigned our systems for purposes of global competitiveness. If you ask what we are doing in education, what major thrust we have made ourselves, we have basically said we have moved from education 3.0 to education 5.0. And why are we moving like that? We are moving away from the cage that we have been given. We are tired of cage fights. So remember, with the wrong education system design, industrialization will never happen. Industries must come from education, not vice versa. Handizivi kuti vanhu vaiti ndoda basa ringi rambofungwa nani ndakuudzai kuti mabasa anoitwa vakazvarwa nomukadzi. Saka iwe kana uchitsvaka basa kumumwe mwana akazvarwa nomumwe mukadzi zvinorevei? But we are not saying that everybody would be able to do what everybody does, but it cannot be zero. It cannot be zero. The other issue that I want to talk about, which I'm almost coming to the end, is the issue whereby we have had a lot of talk about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM. And we are saying we are taking it in a very big way, but in the right way. What do we mean? We are strengthening science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We were in an unfortunate situation whereby STEM was equated to A-level scholarships. And people were giving students scholarships to go and study science subjects. I don't know how that would happen at schools where there are no teachers, because Zimbabwe has got a shortage of science teachers. So what we have done with the STEM program is, first of all, to start a teacher training program for science. And we had 3 colleges in this country for secondary school science teachers. 1, Hillside, 2, Mutare, 3, Belvedere. But we've said we now want to start a new science teachers program. And with this, we've made Mkowa Teachers College, which was teaching primary schools, to have a stream for training secondary school science teachers. Joshua Kabukongomo in Gwanda, as well as Masvingo Teachers College. We have, in last year alone, we invested about 3 to 4 million to make sure that happens. And last year in May, we recruited 330 new science teachers at these colleges. So we believe that when we grow the number of teachers, we'll then be able to teach a lot of students. Then we can have students being taught science. We cannot have a situation whereby students are being given scholarships to go to schools where there are no teachers. The logic cannot hold water. The next thing is the apprenticeship program had been suspended in 2012, but we started it again because this is a very important practice. This is the technology and the engineering of the STEM subject. So we have taken 1,000 for the first time since 2012, 1,000 apprentices this year or this January, and this March we are advertising for 1,000 more. So we want 2,000 this year apprenticeships. This will move Zimbabwe to the 21st century. So we are basically making STEM effective for this country to make sure that it is used for the industrialization of this country. Remember, we win or lose in an education system due to the mismatch between the design and the desired output. We have started a program which we call priority programs, which are going to be run under this ministry. Between 2019 and 2023, running 5 years. What are these programs? There are 16 of them. The first one is under higher and tertiary education programs. This is where we are reconfiguring our higher and tertiary education system from 3.0 to 5.0, whereby we are doing infrastructure development, number 2. Number 4, National Skills Audit and Development Program. You can see, we already have a new department of skills development in this, human skills development in this ministry as a result of that. Then number 4, Zimbabwe National Qualification Framework. Number 5, Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics Program. Number 6, Internationalization Program, which has given birth to the Study in Zimbabwe program. Number 7, the Geospatial, Aeronautical and Space Science Capability Program. We have started the Zimbabwe Space Agency. And this agency is going to spearhead mineral exploration, studies, agriculture, and so forth in this country. This is the first ever geospatial and space program done under this government, under ED's government. Zimbabwe is using space technologies. Then we've got Information Communication Technology Research and Development Program. This is where we are having the high performance computing system, and we are having the virtual and augmented reality center that we are going to start for design of the industrialization of this country. Then we are going to start the National Strategic Institutes program. One of the National Strategic Institute program is basically this program of the Geospatial, National Geospatial and Space Agency program, which is ZINSA program. And we are starting the Genomic Center, I think, the Genomic Center program, whereby we are doing this to improve our crop yield in this country. For example, we are engaged in a program whereby we are trying to push the yield from potatoes to come from 15 tons per hectare, which it is now, to go up to about 100 tons per hectare. That we will do after tissue culture. We are also doing program number 11, which is about innovation hubs that I have been showing you, the innovation hubs program that we are showing you that I have explained in detail. Then program number 12 is energy and mineral research program. Program number 13 is Critical Infrastructure Research and Development Program, whereby it involves all sorts of things to do with critical infrastructure, like communications, roads, and so forth. We are also doing the Agriculture Research and Development Program, whereby we are looking into issues of precision agriculture and so forth, matching fertilizers to soils. And then we have Emerging Technologies Program. And then we've got Governance and Extension Program, whereby we are going to start a comprehensive communications program, and we are also looking at the protection of intellectual property as a way to industrialize and modernize our country. Then we've got the Life Technologies and Research and Development Program, which has resulted in our capability at Chinhoyi University of Technology of producing bull semen, because you know that artificial insemination in this country was being based on bull semen, mostly that has been imported. So we are saying, no. Yeah, this is way heritage based, because our people's heritage is cattle. So, in terms of our industrialization growth trajectory, we have done our plan in terms of our industrialization trajectory, which is in our industrial parks program. What we have said is that in Harare, we shall concentrate on many things, but on the automobile industry, in Bulawayo, on advanced manufacturing technologies, in Gweru, our industrial parks shall be doing high-tech industrial goods and services. In Marondera, our industrial parks shall do food processing. In Bindura, minerals beneficiation. In Lupane, coal energies and tourism. In Gwanda, new energies and energy-saving technologies. In Masvingo, beef and cattle industry. In Chinhoyi, biotechnologies and new medicines. In Chinhoyi, actually, Chinhoyi is a very interesting case. His Excellency on Friday is going to inaugurate a very interesting project, because normally we don't just talk. We have been able to start a project on producing bull semen for artificial insemination.
You are welcome at Chinhoyi University of Technology, where we are launching our cattle breeding project. As you can see here, this is a microscope. It's showing semen analysis being done for a bull which we collected semen from at the farm. It's showing morphology. So after assessing it, we use this gun to do artificial insemination to our cattle. So you take this straw, you cut it both sides and you insect it in the gun, and you release the semen inside the oviduct or the uterine of a reproductive female. And if you want, we can come to your farm and we do artificial insemination.
Nyaya tinaipana pande cattle breeding projects. Saka chantoda kutanga nacho ndechekuti tinzwisisane kuti cattle breeding project yakanyatsobva nekupi. Mukada kunyatsotarisisa munoona kuti kare taita hama nehama vafanire kurodzana nekuti mwana anobuda ipapa anenge ari murwere. Handiti? Saka imi mukachitarisa mazuva ano makore apfuura taiti bhuru rainzi remusha raitorwa kubva mumombe dzemusha imomo, mudanga maraberekwa imomo, ropedzera raakuita vana nehanzvadzi dzaro nanamai varo. Saka zvakangofanana nekuvanhu, vana vanobuda ipapo vanenge vari varwere. Ndo ndava mazuva ano maakuona mombe dzatinadzo dzakuenda dzichiita diki. Vanhu vobva vaakuzoti kwedzo mombe idzi dzakuita diki sei mazuva ano, tumombe twatanato twautu. Kunyange mukati munotubopa simba harisisina kuwanda semombe dzekudhara dzatanga tinadzo. Kunyange mukati imi makuda kudziita kunopinda mumafattening pens meme kuti munodzifidha mukwanise kutengesa kugenda kwadzinoita weight yadzo, akusisiko semaitiro adzaita kare. Nenyaya yekuti yeurwere huya watinoti inbreeding. inbreeding ndo yanyanya kukwadza mombe dzedu mazuva ano. Saka isusu panyaya yekettle breeding project takaona kuti mafarmers kuti vakwanise kutenga mabhuru atinoti mapedigree aya anonyatsozivikanwa kunzi rakabva kupi nekupi anodhura. Mukatarisa rakatengwa gore rakapera kuCC sales 24,000. Ndiani fama angabudidze mari yakawanda kudaro osikuti ndoda kuti ndotenga bhuru auya naro bhuru rosvika munzvimbo pamwe robva rasi kunobatwa newaya kana robatwa nechirwere robva rafa aluza 24,000. Zviri kunetsa, zviri kuremera mafarmers. Saka isusu takatora mari yatakapiwa neMinistry of Higher and Tertiary Education, Science and Technology ndo yakatibatsira yaona urongwa hwatanga tinahwo, pfungwa dzatanga tinadzo, vakachitipa mari 294,000 yatakatanga nayo kuti tichikwanisa kutenga mabhuru atinawo aya nekugadzira lab yekuzochengetera semen. Saka lab iyo yatinenge tichichengetera semen iyaya ndo matinochengetera semen tinenge tichiitira kuti mabhuru aya achengetedzeke tizokwanisa kuita se kuchaendesawo kune dzimwe nzvimbo kune ayo mafarmers anenge achida kuita se kuashandisa. Mabhuru atinawo panapa anokwana kuita mhando 12. Tine Brahman, tine Cimental, tine Simbra, tine Bonsmara, tine Boran, tine Beefmaster, tine Shabrey, tine Mashona, tine Tuli, tine Holstein Friesian, tine Red Den, tine Ashley.
This is where we process the samples that we collect from the farm. So these samples I'm talking about are semen samples. We package them in here. We extend them in here to get longevity of our samples, and then we freeze them in this lab. Okay, so we will go through certain apparatus and equipment that we have here. The capacity of production that we have is can reach up to 500,000. Okay, so we have scaled to industrial capacity. We can get up to at least a minimum of 500,000 straws in a month from this entire setup that we're going to see here. So we can produce semen to AI the entire country.
In other words, it means 500,000 cows can be inseminated within 1 month.
That is correct. More.
Within 10 months, 5 million.
Yes, that is correct.
Of which we don't have.
But we only have 1.5 million.
Yes.
So it means within 2 months, 3 months, we would have artificially inseminated all the cows in Zimbabwe.
That can be AI.
So before we do AI, we also screen for reproductive diseases. We have 3 main diseases which we screen for, especially in the female animal. That is your CA, which is your brucellosis. And then we have what we call campylobacteriosis, and we have what we call trichomoniasis. So these are the diseases which will cause abortion, or also will cause the cow to die even after being given birth successfully.
This is all you need to do an insemination. We are selling it for 20 RTGS bond.
How does it work? How does it compare with if it was imported?
If it was imported, it would cost more. In comparison to those that are selling semen in the country, the lowest that I have heard is $35 US.
Yeah.
Am I correct, Dr. Bob?
35
US.
We have to know what it needs for us to even lower that price.
Right. We are working on what we need to lower that price. The reason we've pegged it at $20 is because of the materials, the consumables that we use, which are imported. We are formulating our own extenders. Currently, I'm happy to say from one of our graduates, we have found one that seems to be very good and almost compares with the imported extenders. It uses clarified egg yolk. So we spin egg yolk, take the components that we need from it, make our own extender. So now we can use our local products. We don't have to buy anything.
Because
that should take the price down.
We are going to have
so
your
much.
industrial park. And we expect that in that industrial park and innovation hub, innovate for cheaper materials,
Yes.
and we fund it.
Okay.
Right, nyaya yatinayo panapa ndeyekuita redirect the trajectory of Zimbabwe's beef industry through appropriate breeding. Mukatarisa apa, toda kuti ti-industrialize Zimbabwe through cattle breeding. Toda kuti mafarmers akwanise kuita business nemombe. Vasangoita mombe dzekungochengeta kuti zvataita kudhara zveana dhongeri ndedzekurimisa. Mazuva ano kurima ya-technology, kurima ya-machinery. Mombe dzinofanira kuti dziunze mari, mombe dzinofanira kuti dzitipe nyama yatinofanira kuti tikwanise kuexport. Tichikwanisa kuwana mari for nyika yedu. Saka isusu toda kubva palebhu yatinayo iyi. Taakuuya palebhu yekuti tinenge taakuscreenawo futi madiseases tega. Tichigadzira madrugs edu tega. Because Zimbabwe iri kushandisa mari inokwanisa kuita 10 million pagore kuti vanokwanisa kutenga madrugs kunana Botswana nekuEurope. Zvinhu zvatokwanisa kuti tiite tega. Nenzira chete yekuti hatina laboratory yatinokwanisa kushandisa kuti ine equipment yakakwana kuti tikwanise kuita drug development yedu tech. Saka mukanyatsotarisa nyaya ye-industrialization, tinocreate employment of our own. We save money yatanga chibudisa kunze. Instead we create foreign currency. So mukatarisa zvatanga tichiita kare taitora chikafu totanga kusanganisa nemaoko tofida mombe. Haisi industrialization. Industrialization inoda use of machinery. Tinofanira kugadzira a factory. Kwamunoona kuseri kwetenduku takatotanga kulaya foundation where we are going to make our mini factory. Mafeeds amaona kubva kuma-students uku atiri kudevelopa. Tinozokwanisa kunyatsona incubator mufactory imomo tichatesta. Kana zvichinge zvashanda taakuchitora mafeeds aya taakuti macompanies anoita nezvemafeeds tocontracta topinda mucontract nawo vochitanga kumultiply mafeeds aya akuchitanga kutengeswa even kumhiri kwemakungu kune nyika dzekunze kuti tikwanise kukwana foreign currency. Mukatarisa chishedhi chedu chemombe icho ndo chiri panapa. Toda kuti tibve ikoko tigadzire zviri more professional like yamuri kuona panapa. Shedhi yamuri kuona apa zvinokwanisa kuti nyangwe even patinenge taakuadvertisa kuma-students anenge ari kunze aya vanokwanisa kuita shungu yekuti uri kuita zvinhu zvakarongeka. Handi yetinodzidza ikoko. Mawiri avanoita ivo vari kuuya vachiwana ruzivo yes, asi vari kutotigirawo mari yekunze inova yatiri kushaya munyika medu. Saka panapa mukanyatsotarisa pane nyaya ye-reorganizing the production and marketing system, which is this one, which is important. There is importance in restoration of cattle dipping regimes. Mazuva ano mombe hadzichadhipa. Vanhu vari kushamisika kuti mombe dziri kufa nei. Mombe dziri kufa nematrix. Mukanyatsodzitarisa mombe zhinji dziri kufa nematrix. Mukaona ichiti kana ichinge ikadonha pasi haichamuka iri kupupa furu, iri kufambisa makumbo zvezve ichirova ichitendedza makumbo. Matrix anenge achikonzeresa izvozvo. Vari kufa vanotofunga kuti takaroverwa mombe. Hapana kuroverwa mombe. Ngatidhibhisei mombe. Kana muchinge mawadhibha asi kushandaka, ngatitengei mishonga. Tatenga mishonga iyo toisa mumanepsek. Manepsek aya tinokwanisa kuenda tichinoita se tinoita every 2 weeks kana ichinge iri winter, kandi every week ka1 every week kana ichinge iri time yemvura iyai. Mukatarisa panapa nyaya yemahandling facilities aya tikawana mumawards, every ward ichitipo mahandling facilities akanaka, munoona kuti program ye-artificial insemination ichaitira mafarmers izi. Mafarmers achakwanisa kupota achiziva iwo kuti kana ndaakuda kuti mombe yangu ndinoitirwa artificial insemination ndikaenda pakati inenge yakachengetedzeka panana mabhuru mashanga vaya vanokwanisa kujambira mombe dzavo dzisati dzanyatsoita zvakanaka. Asi tichazvigona sei? Pane nyaya yeplani yatinayo iyi yekuti tichashanda neMinistry of Lands and Agriculture totraina ma-extension officers ekuvet neku-livestock development program, so livestock production department, LPD. Tikakwanisa kutraina ivavo mumadistricts, plan yacho tatoonayo pana. Ava iprovince voenda kudistrict, vedistrict vosunotraina mumawards, mumawards vochizotrainawo vanoti maprivate vanenge vachishanda vari mudhuze nemafarmers mumavillages. Saka zvikakwanisika kuitika izvozvo zvichaitira fama nyore kuti akwanise kunge achiitira mombe dzake artificial insemination. Kunyange kusina kati vanenge vachingoita artificial insemination. Kati mangunzwa capacity, we produce 4,000 even 3,600 straws of semen per hour. capacity yatinayo saka tinenge tangoproducer tichidistributor vaive vakatrainwa vaive vachibatsira mafarmers vachiinseminate mombe dzavanenge vachida zvichaitira kuti Zimbabwe ikwanise kusumudza nekuvandudza mombe dzayo.
We have done AI in Marsh West, in Manicaland, and Marsh East already. So we've had farmers coming to us for AI services. We've gone to them and they already have cows since 2016-17. We have a commercial head at the farm and we have so many students, and we realize we need beef production and supply to be constantly coming through. We cannot keep buying. So this is the fastest way of getting to restock our commercial heads.
What has been the response from our farmers? Considering that 80% of our national herd is held by communal farmers, we basically have a commercial head where offtake is high, and we've got a communal head where offtake is very low. In terms of this new technology, which I appreciate, what has been their response?
Well, in terms of this new technology, the communal farmers, they are yet to really uptake it.
Okay.
Yes, we have been having an overwhelming response from our commercial, from our middle scale beef farmers. That has been coming up well. But we are yet to really go down to the communal areas and inseminate.
I was, before my January, I was working for the project that promoted artificial insemination in the communal area. And the response was very overwhelming.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
Yeah, because I went to Matopos, that's like 3 weeks ago. I was at Matopos research, and the guys had gone to Gate Bridge to do artificial insemination on a project.
And Matopos also, there is a lot of people, so I'm very happy for you, because now you will have your customer. Because people, what we are not having as a country is where to buy the semen. But the semen should be available for people to buy. But the only thing where we differ is that the success rate where I was very low.
Was very low.
Because of course, like you said, a very important thing, training the people before you use it.
Yes.
So I think if we train them, they'll use it. And then the other thing is, if having a bull, people look at the cost of artificial insemination and say it's $20. But if you don't have artificial insemination, then you have to look after the bull.
Yes.
And what is the cost of
looking after the bull?
Live bull? For those 100 cows which you're saying, if you're saying 1:50, then you have got 2 bulls to look after. And the bull, if you look at the dairy sector, most farmers don't even keep a bull, because this is an animal that is eating every day. Exactly. So AI.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
It's just about the best. So
thank you very much.
Really, I'm so happy for you. But I hope my only question, which is why I wanted to come into this meeting, is the commission, how are they going to make sure that there is a... You remember in the past there was something called ABC, where people used to come and buy semen. But now I was saying, how is CAT going to make sure that there are stores in every other part of the country? And he was telling me that they've been trained. So I'm hoping that you would have your sister invests in our campaign.
We are willing to work with any organization, any company that wants to come and distribute.
So you can see, basically, we are on the move. We are really on the move. And Zimbabwe is on the move. The president always saying, chitima che Zimbabwe chiri kufamba, and kana chiri kufamba, kana ukasakwira, uchangozoona guruva, tinenge taenda, and we will be gone for sure, because we have a plan. We don't only have a plan, we have the execution plan. For the first time in this ministry, under the leadership of Comrade E.D. Mnangagwa, this ministry for the first time is a strategic plan. This is the first ever strategic plan in this ministry since it was born. When I say since it was born, it means since it was born. So, in this strategic plan, this is our plan for moving the Vision 2030. We normally say this is the strategic plan for the modernization and industrialization of Zimbabwe using education, science, and technology development. And we normally always say a strategic plan that is meant for Vision 2030. So we have a plan. So how will we be measured in terms of the success? what are the indicators of our success or failure in what we do? But we won't fail. I'm telling you, we won't fail. The success of our education is going to be measured by, one, the reduction in the import bill. When we do what we do, we definitely reduce the import bill. Then two, the reduction in the number of people that are looking for jobs. Three, it's going to be measured by labor deficit. All of a sudden, we will not have enough people to work in this country. So, labor deficit, that's starting to import labor. Countries import labor because there is an abundance of knowledge over and above the people that can work in the factories. Why do people go and work in certain countries? Because those countries are so developed. They've got so much work and that their citizens alone can't do. So our success is going to be measured by our reduction in the unemployment rate. Our problem is not lack of educated or intelligent people in this country, but our systems were not designed to deliver the desired output. That's why we redesigned them to deliver the desired output. A nation normally fails economically because it is participating in systems that it was never involved in designing. Thus, Education 5.0 is our design. The heritage-based philosophy is our own design to deliver a modernized and industrialized nation by 2030. With these many words, Siyabonga, I thank you.